Our next guest is an auto racing analyst and TV show host. You can catch him hosting the new competition series Hot Wheels: The Ultimate Challenge. Please welcome Rutledge Wood. Hi, Rutledge.
Hey, Noah, thanks so much for having me. Wow, what a jacket. That's hot. That's hot jacket wheels.
Well, thank you. Well, it's hot wheeling, that's right.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about the show, my friend. This is the ultimate show of the summer. NBC's Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge is what every Hot Wheels fan will want to see. Tell us more about the premise of the series, Rutledge.
Well, it's really cool. It's definitely for people that like cars and people that just like people, because it's really putting those two things together. We take two Hot Wheels super fans and an ordinary car from their past. Then we give them a team we call the carpoolers, right? These are welders, fabricators, artists, and we give those people a week to transform that ordinary car into an over-the-top, magical, life-size Hot Wheels. And oh, by the way, if you win, you get 25 grand. Your car gets to move on to the finale. If you get chosen in the finale to build another car, that person wins 50 grand, and that car gets turned into an actual Hot Wheels diecast that you can buy. Yeah, it's incredible. No one's ever done anything like this before. It really is.
Now, just out of curiosity, were you ever a fan of Hot Wheels growing up as a kid?
Oh, absolutely. Like, that's my earliest childhood memory, is playing with Hot Wheels, like sitting on my quilt in Alabama on my bed, and I'd like make little city blocks. And, I was jumping them, I was doing all sorts of things, but I didn't realize it yet. I'd like smash them together. You can flake the paint off back then if you really tried hard. And then my mom, who's an artist, I would go get my mom's paint pens and I would start customizing them, right? Well, it turns out that's the same thing I do as an adult with my cars that I buy and sell, right? So to have this ability to help other people really tell the story of not only the transformation of their own lives and where they started out to where they are, but to help them achieve this dream, it's so special. It's way more emotional than I think anyone would have guessed. Not only the moment they first see that car, and it's not the exact car from their past, but we find one just like it. We put a ton of time into making sure, if it's your dad's car that you grew up in, we try to get every detail that we can to really tie that in exactly the way you remember. It's really neat.
Now, as you said previously, car lovers, they're going to turn their nostalgic car from their past into this life-size Hot Wheels car of their dreams. But which by far has been one of your favorites that we will see in this season of the show?
Gosh, there's so many. I mean, the first show alone is a great one out of the gate. We've got a Camaro and a Charger. I mean, here's what I'll tell you. There are going to be cars that hop with hydraulics. We make roadsters. There's monster trucks. There's a little bit of everything. But again, if you don't love cars, it's not like this isn't a show for you. Turns out this is a show about people that features cars and features this toy also that, if you think about it, Hot Wheels doesn't know economic boundaries. It doesn't know skin color. It just knows that you hold it in your hand and it lets you dream. It lets you think. Like, when you were in high school, what was the car that you dreamed of having, Noah?
I've always dreamed of having a Mercedes.
Okay, convertible or hardtop?
Hardtop, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the idea, I always wanted something cooler. My first car was an 81 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup diesel, which was, it was as awkward as I was in high school, so it was perfect. But, if you get the chance to think about that, we could afford for $1 to buy that Mercedes. And I could afford to buy, for $1 my dream car at the time, which was like a 97 Supra. So it's funny how those same sort of ways, you think about Hot Wheels, they tie us all in together. But to give people a chance to build a life-size version of one is unbelievably cool.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Now, Rutledge, when you got offered the gig to host, what was your initial thoughts after learning about how cool the concept of the show really is?
I mean, I've gotten to do some really fun stuff, whether it's Floor is Lava or Hyperdrive Southern and Hungry, the cooking show.
That was a good show, by the way, on Netflix.
Thank you.
Floor is Lava.
I
loved watching it.
It was so much fun. But, I've always tried to do stuff that is for everybody. I want to make stuff that families can sit down and watch together, that people really like. I just like to have fun every day. So for me, I think this is a no-brainer because it really combines my two loves. It's cars and people. It's everything that I know. put into this one thing. The hardest part was that they also made me a judge along with Hurt and Dalal. And the judging part's hard because I never want to tell somebody like, you got close, but here's where you missed it. Like that part's tough. I got 3 daughters. I try not to be judgy. I'm a pretty good girl dad.
Be a dream crusher, like,
yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to do that. That's a hard part. But it turns out there can only be one winner. And I think that's what you really see that, because also there's a twist in the middle of every show. There's a car that appears that they have to take some inspiration from another kind of classic Hot Wheels and then use one of those design cues in their build. So if a person's going way off in this one tangent, suddenly they got to turn the other direction and try to make this one thing work. So it's wild how much truly emotion there is. That the celebrity guest judges were so much fun, whether it's Terry Crews, Anthony Anderson, Joel McHale. Everybody comes from a different part of the world and love of cars, and I think that people will really see that in the show.
And Terry is the best. Isn't he the best?
He's amazing.
So nice.
I mean, not only is he this symbol of strength and hard work in this industry, but I remember I looked to my right and I was like, oh my gosh, Terry Crews is crying. And then I realized the person that he's talking to, that guy was crying. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm crying. What just happened? Like, that's what I mean. It's so much more emotional than you could ever guess.
Oh, Rutledge, you're making me cry. Now, I was looking at the trailer, and when I saw the set, it looked so massive and so cool. Like, what did you think when you first walked on this incredible Hot Wheels set?
It's like being inside one of the Hot Wheels track sets. Like, I felt like there's a loop-de-loop coming, like everything about it. And so you have, like, we're basically on these life-size tracks. We've got the big machine behind me. It's called the Inspirationator 5000. That's the machine that actually spits out that iconic Hot Wheels diecast every show that really throws all these teams for a loop. But to have a show where the two teams are competing 30 feet away, and you can see the pressure. You can see how the other team's doing. So it really just turns it up in a totally different way, because if you go like, oh my gosh, they're almost done, we just cut the roof off and the car fell apart. Like, there's so many things that happen. I think no one's ever done anything like this because it was too hard. And we were like, no, we figured it out. We're going to make it happen. So I hope people really love the show.
I think they will. This is the show to watch this summer on NBC. Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge premieres Tuesday, May 30th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Pacific on NBC. Rutledge Wood, so nice to meet you. Next time when you're in Augusta, let me know. We will have to go for lunch.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. Let's do it. Oh, and hey, don't forget to, everybody, the show is also going to be available on Peacock the next day. You can stream it there. But I want people to let me know what they think, and then I want to find more people and what kind of cars they want to build. So who knows? Maybe that Mercedes, we can make it really, really crazy for you.
Oh, let's do that, Rutledge. Be driving in style in Augusta. People will be like, who's that?
That's right. Oh, is that Noah? Okay, Noah, I got you. That's right. Thanks for
roll down the window. Here I am.
I've arrived. I just need to get that jacket when I come. All right, we'll trade. I'll get a better jacket.
I'll give it to you.
Come on, don't tease me.
I'm in.
If
it's I wear mediums now. Okay, I've gained COVID pounds.
Listen, I'm trying to get down to a medium. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. Oh gosh, we will end it right here, Rutledge. Thank you for joining me. Thanks to everyone. Have a great weekend, and it's so nice to have you on the show.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it. See ya.
Bye-bye. Hey, it's Noah, and I have some great news for you. We're now streaming on Fossum. The Must Watch Show is a weekly lifestyle series that shares informative information to help the viewer live an easier and better lifestyle with some of today's hottest deals and finds, along with interviews and fashion and the arts. I'll see you guys on Fossum because they're awesome.